Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Soviet Unterzoegersdorf. Unfortunately, last time we were confronted by American rowdies. Shall we attack or accept our destiny? We shall attack! Oh, Justice Punch! Never surrender. Is that a lightsaber I just heard? Oh no, I need both of those. Never surrender. No, don't pull that there. That's kind of good. No, that's too much. Too much. In case you couldn't tell, there's not actually any way of winning against these three American rowdies. We have to do something we've never done in the history of Soviet Unterzoegersdorf. And although it pains me to say it, surrender. Blow to the head. Thankfully, the Supreme Soviet seems to be sympathetic to our plight. You got us into this mess after all, dude. Khrushchev and Makarona. Hey, Makarona. They're gonna rescue us. No! But also, yes. Cliffhanger was obviously coming. Awesome. Well, that's part 1. Sector 2 does exist, though I won't be going at it for some time at least, because there is this matter of, this other game that I may have been playing for 96 videos, which I probably should get back to thinking about things. Now you can see some of the awesome people that made the team in this top quality credit sequence. Feeling the awesome sound effects and graphics, and the Russian translation team as well, and the English translation team. It's all awesome. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was awesomely surreal and surreally awesome. And in my books, one of the best AGS games you can probably get, and probably one of the most unknown ones of all of that, because it really is something quite different from your traditional adventure games that you got in the good old days of adventure gaming. Did you live through them? I hope you were around for those glorious times. They were like the glorious Soviet times, sadly debased in our contemporary culture. The music's pretty sweet too. Notice that the main dude is Harold Homolka. Clearly no influence on Gomolka there. Yeah, this is where they got all the cool original music from. Motion Picture Expert Group. Cool. Some of this is, the traditional stuff they used way back when, which I think is really, really awesomely cool. But I'm just geeky like that, so what do you expect? Funding and presentation coordination. So yeah, this is a part of a planned trilogy by Monochrome, who, as I mentioned before, are kind of this alternative culture, art, philosophy, think tank / buddy group. And the next one exists. The third one doesn't yet exist because they still need funding. Second one, as I think Sage mentioned, does have a cameo by Boing Boing Uberman and general commentator on the internet's Cory Doctorow, which is interesting to say the least. So it will be an interesting episode, that's for sure. Now you can see more of them here, monochrome.at, and worth checking their website out. But before I go, you haven't seen all there is to see of Soviet Unterzoegersdorf. There are a number of deaths you can get in this game, as you may have guessed. I think I found most of them, though this may not be exhaustive. But regardless of that, let's go now and see where we could have gone even more wrong. Apart from the time when I did actually go wrong. Okay, one of the first things you can do wrong is just waltz into the nuclear compost area. Just walk into it. You see it going green? And more green? And even more green?
О нет!
No!
Радиоактивные отходы поражают меня своим излучением.
But I thought I was going to be the Incredible Hulk! No, you are going to die.
А тебе мы горевать не
You
будем,
can't see this bit, but it
товарищ
says,
Гомулка.
Comrade Gomulka, you pathetic loser, I spit on your grave. Because of you, we have to sell out body and soul to the West. No. And as you may have guessed, it's very easy to die when you're doing the mine searching minigame by just walking into a mine. Let's find one. Come on. Right, there we go. Explosion! Be careful where you step on. Now we have to sell out body and soul to the West. And the normal game over screen follows. A lot of you are probably wondering what happens when the event management countdown chicken pestilence thing goes to the bottom. Well, you're about to find out. Sorry, Gomulka.
Превращаюсь в птичье дерьмо.
He's literally...
О, мои мозги.
Literally...
Мозги пропадаю. Цып, 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 цып.
His brain has turned into chicken
Товарищ
poop.
Гомулка.
Comrade Gomulka, you contaminated fool! Didn't you dispose of the chickens in time? The countdown was quite expensive, you know. Because of you and your weak immune system, we have to sell out body and soul to the West. There's an interesting take on being exploded by mines if you go into the minefield with your chicken in tow.
Когда с
Come on, here. Zip, 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 zip. No! Kentucky Fried.
О нет, дурак.
You fool, what have you done? That was our last chicken. Our entire primary sector is now destroyed. Seems like we have to sell out body and soul to the West. Finally, there are not one but two ways you can utterly foul things up in the Institute for Scientific Atheism. The first is, see this Frankensteinian sugar beet over here? What if we just, you know, gave it a little look? Or a little touch? No, Gomulka, no!
Черт подери.
Don't eat
Я
it!
не хотел. Ты жадный безумец.
You greedy
Что ты
bastard, what have you
наделал?
done? I know that 60 to 70% sugar content can be quite tempting, but that was our first and only beat. Now we have to sell out body and soul to the West. The final and quite literal pitfall in here comes from messing around with Forenzo a bit too much. See, if you ogle this hole in the floor, you can see a couple of Forenzos have found their way.
Бывает. Мы просто
demise.
должны осуществить наши нереалистические желания.
Sometimes we simply reach for the stars. The spot on the floor, a hole in the floor. Let's activate Forenzo again. He can tell a hole in the ground from a black spot on the floor, everybody.
This is Sparta!
So, that's all there is for Soviet Unterzoegersdorf Sector 1. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I am Commissar Malefict, doffing my Commissar's hat for the meantime. Hope you see you around on another Let's Play, and until then, have a good and Soviet time. I know you can't see this, but I'm pointing both my index fingers towards you in a sincerely Gomulka-esque fashion. Go, my comrades, go for justice.